How would you rate your parking IRL? I'm gonna say 6.5 out of 10. With a backup camera, I'm never gonna mess up. I could back into a parking spot that's the exact size of my car with a backup camera, but that's just because I have eyes that work. Parallel parking, I've been doing it a lot more because that's how I park when I pick up the baby from daycare. Parallel parking's got a lot better. I got some confidence with parallel parking, but at the same time, you know, it's not. I see some people that are just like, wow, and they're in and they're right up against it. I usually do require a little adjustment, but I never have to like bail on the spot. At least only time I parallel parked was during my driving exam. That was me for like 10 years. It's been ages since I pulled into a parking spot. I know we've had this argument before, but like I just am way more with a backup camera. I'm way more comfortable backing into a parking spot. It's not a flex. It feels like it's easier. It's like you're playing American Truck Sim from the top-down angle. Reverse parkers are evil? Okay, so you're jealous. That's fine. It happens. You could just learn how to do it instead. You don't have to be like jealous of people that are able to do it. What about with no backup cam? I used to be a reverse parker with no backup cam. Because once you learn the muscle memory, like my dad took me to learn how to back into a parking spot at a dealership, like a Honda dealership. So that really gets the adrenaline pumping when you're like, not only if I mess up am I going to scratch a car, but it's going to be a new car that's not even like sold yet. So, I did learn how to do it. I mean, it's easy to cheat when you're reversing into a parking spot a little bit, right? Like you can, in most if you have to do it at a 90 degree, you can do it. But I'd rather not. So you cheat a little bit. If your parking spot's on your right, you pivot a little bit to the left, and then you bring it back, and it's on a curve instead of on a right angle. Yeah, I believe that reverse parking is easier than front parking. Reverse parkers are so annoying. Not really, not at all, no. I honestly, until I saw the tweet that went viral, and it was very controversial. The tweet that went viral that was like, I hate when people back into a parking spot, like we get it, you're trying to show us you're good at driving. I actually thought that everybody loved reverse parking until I saw that tweet. And then realized there's a lot of people out there with very fragile egos. Why reverse park? I find it easier because I've done it more. That's the simple truth. Also, people think they're so smart. Oh, reverse parking takes longer. Yeah, it takes like 20% longer when you're backing into the spot and is much faster on the way out. Like, it's not like when you pull into the spot, you also get to pull out of the spot the other way, you know? Unless you take one of the parking spots where you drive through, which is like, that's obviously like goated parking. But what about trunk access? Not a problem? I've never found it be a problem. I still can't believe the toxicity towards rear parkers, man. Well, you can't wait 5 more seconds to get into TJ Maxx? Like, just chill out. You're not doing anything important. You're at TJ Maxx. Why don't you just leave your house 15 seconds earlier? But I'm also like, I'll also admit, I am not the kind of person that parks close to the store. I almost have like a radar that's like, am I close enough to the store? And then when that ticks to yes, I take the first parking spot I can find that's reasonable. Like sometimes if there's like 100 open spots, then I'm not going to take the 100th furthest away. But I'm also not going to fight for like the closest. Put me in spot 15. Put me in spot 23. I don't mind taking a slightly further walk to get to the grocery store. It doesn't bother me at all. And especially if you're looking for street parking, I'm not willing to do the dance where you're like, okay, there's one that's a block and a half away from where I need to go, but maybe I can get closer. And then you get closer and all the spots are full and you're like, oh crap, now I got to do a 3-point turn on freaking Canby Street at rush hour. I got to go, I go first spot available. Parking while we play SAP. I parallel double park that mother fricker sideways. Me too.